There is never a single compromise. When we do things, we always have to be the very best. No matter the struggle or toll, we must always be greater than the rest. Whenever I do something, I'm always 100% in. I know there are people out there that they can find the balance. They can let go of one thing in order to make room for the next. But for me, and a lot of people watching this film, we accumulate and we hoard our interests. Our hobbies and interests, they change week to week. Our goals, day to day. And our optimism, well, that changes minute to minute. But there's always been this one thing that stays the same, and it comes out in every little thing we do. If we're gonna do something, we have to be the best at it. It's not simply attributed to a competitive nature. There's a whole different thing at play, because even if an author has been writing for 10 years and published a dozen books, my first book has to be better than their 10th. I think it's because we hear about these first-time glories in the media. Like, if J.K. Rowling did it, why can't I? It comes from this unbridled belief in ourselves. It's not an arrogance, it's a type of confidence. It's not an arrogance because we actually go out and do what we say. We don't shy away from the struggle or toll, but we embrace all the collateral that comes with doing new things. But a book, it feels like a completely different thing to me. So for once, I went out and I asked for help. It was a couple of weeks ago that I went to my first writing group session. I didn't know what I was in for, but given it was my first time, I didn't want to overstep and bring a camera. I knew that the people at the writing group, they weren't going to be young, but I got to say that night was probably the most discouraged I've felt towards writing a book. It wasn't because I wasn't on track to write the greatest book ever. It's because even if I did write the greatest book ever, it wouldn't even matter. Turning up to that place, it just confirmed the biggest doubt that I've had. It's that I'm only now just discovering something that's already going extinct. It felt like I'd gotten on the wrong train, and now it's taken me further away from where I need to go. And it's happened because of my nature. Because I've passed through from place to place, only to stop at the wrong one. I feel like in today's world, a lot of us have been forced to adopt this nature. We jump from interest to interest, hobby to hobby, job to job. We never get to truly discover who we are or what we're meant to be doing. Therefore, we are displaced. So here I am, with half a written book, half a year of time allocated to this one extinct idea.
What are you working on?
What?
What are you working on?
I'm just writing something. I'm writing a book at the moment.
Little author, are you?
Maybe, or whatever it counts, eh? You don't see a book in anyone's hands.
Is there anything important?
It's not important, it's just this fiction I've come up with. It's a bit sci-fi and fantasy.
Harry Potter? You know, the author had the idea for Harry Potter when she was on the train. What was her name? Kerouac? Tolkien?
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. You want chocolate? Lift your spirit. I think she got rejected like 12 times before being published. How many times have you been rejected?
What?
How many times has your book been rejected?
I haven't even sent it anywhere yet.
Guess you got 12 more times before you make it on the shelf.
Yeah. Thanks for the trust, mate. At the start of writing the book, I went out and sought help, which is quite rare for me. And the one time I did go out and ask for help, I didn't get what I was looking for, only reconfirming the idea that I should just do things on my own. It's comforting to know that these famous authors, they didn't find that right help until their 12th time. There is that cliched saying, if at first you fail, try again. But it's not just about trying again. I could go to that same group over and over and never improve, only leave with more and more discouragement. And that's what Einstein called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. It's not just about trying again. It's about finding a whole different way of getting what you need. Finding a different person to help you along your journey. Finding a different place to practice your craft, or simply finding a different person to talk to. And so, I'm taking my own advice. I'm not going to try again. As this film goes live, so does my first draft of the illustrated novel. And I'm inviting you guys to be my writing group. For you to read the first few chapters and let me know what you think. You can access it for free via the link in the description that'll take you to my Patreon. I think we need to remember that there is never just one way of doing something. There is no perfect path. There are no footsteps to follow. It's nature that when we don't get what we need, we feel defeated. I did for a long time. But though you can always see when you're wrong, you can't always see when you're right. And so take this as a sign. That idea you have, those stories to share, the travel you want or the person to see. You have never been wrong. You just haven't found the right way to do it yet.
Have you got colour in your cheeks? Do you ever get that feel that you can't shift, the tide that sticks around like summits in your teeth?